How do you do, boys and girls? I have another wonderful book for us today. This book is called There's Always Enough Room at My Table. The author is Mikkel Hamilton, and the illustrator is Ash Sanborn. Have you ever been somewhere where there are lots of people and you don't know anyone? Or have you ever been at school and you feel like you don't have any friends? Well, this is the book for you. There's Always Enough Room at My Table, authored by Mikkel Hamilton and illustrated by Ash Sanborn. It's the first day of school. I'm nervous and scared. There's no one to eat with. I have cookies to share. The lunchroom is big. It's noisy and loud. There's so many faces. I'm alone in a crowd. There's too much room at my table. I slink and I slide, I duck and I hide. I look to my left, I look to my right. My table's so big, it's such a sad sight. There's too much room at my table. As more faces walk in, the room is a blur. Some faces are smiling, some shy and unsure. I want to reach out. A thought has occurred. I think to myself, hey, I found the cure for too much room at my table. I scout and I scan, I plot and I plan. I look to the left, I look to the right. I can fill up my table. The future is bright. A person walks in with a tear on her cheek. If lunchtime is lonely, it'll be a sad week. I wave a quick wave. She catches my eye. I point to a chair. Maybe now she won't cry. We scooch and we scrunch. We scramble and bunch. We move to the left. We move to the right. We all squeeze together. It isn't too tight. There's still too much room at my table. One more kid walks in looking timid and shy. I do my best to not let him pass by. When he sees my kind smile, he stops at the door. It's just a quick pause, then he crosses the floor. We scooch and we scrunch. We scramble and bunch. We move to the left. We move to the right. We all squeeze together. It isn't too tight. There's still too much room at my table. I look to my left. A girl sits alone. She keeps her head down. No emotion is shown. I think to myself, this just isn't right. She could come sit with us. I'll bet that she might. We scooch and we scrunch. We scramble and bunch. We move to the left. We move to the right. We all squeeze together. It isn't too tight. There's still too much room at my table. My table's not empty, but there's still open space. We all look around to find a sad face. I go to the left. They go to the right. We find 3 new kids that fit our table so nice. We scooch and we scrunch. We scramble and bunch. We move to the left. We move to the right. We all squeeze together. It isn't too tight. There's still too much room at my table. A girl comes in, skipping with joy. Not looking ahead, bumps into a boy. They both look up dazed, a little hurt and confused. I motion them over. No one's really too bruised. We scooch and we scrunch. We scramble and bunch. We move to the left. We move to the right. We all squeeze together. We all fit just right. There's no more room at my table. Another friend walks up wearing a hopeful look. The table's so full. His confidence is shook. I look all around me. There's so many friends. I'm no longer lonely. This can't be the end. Will there be enough room at my table? We jostle and jump. We giggle and bump. We move to the left. We move to the right. We all squeeze together. It was just much too tight. I look to the side. I see a new table. If we all push together, I'm sure we'll be able to make enough room at our table. We'll always make sure there's always enough room at our table. Wasn't that a wonderful book? She solved her problem by finding other friends who were feeling lonely. And she had so many friends, they had to get another table. Can you imagine that? We are so happy that the author, Miguel Hamilton, gave us permission to read this book to you guys. And if you love it, you can get it on Amazon. There's always enough room at my table. So for now, goodbye, my friends. Until next time, I know you'll play and you'll be kind. I know you'll help your family too. Until we say, how do you do? Bye, friends.